Oh, hi. Hey, howdy. Welcome on in. It's me, Dolphin, the chimeric freak and biological accent. How y'all doing? I know it's been a while since I've last continued Talos Principle 2. I was definitely not sitting here for about an hour listening to the title screen music. I don't know. It's really nice. It's nice to listen to. And also, I almost definitely did not get incredibly distracted from Talos Principle 2 by, Zelda ROMs or a whole entire Halo franchise, which I have completed. Mostly. There's a few games that I quite simply cannot run on my computer, such as Spartan Assault, which is actually the one that I wanted to play the most outside of Halo Wars. Was Halo Wars 2 released on PC? Let me check that. Halo Wars 2. Xbox? Yep. All right. Neat. Okay. Well, last time, oh man, I'm less than halfway through the game. Dang. All right. Well, puzzles. Let's go. Last time I did a entire island in under 30 minutes. Very proud of that. Very, very happy I did that. That was awesome. I was great. I was amazing. Beat my own chest on that one. But I also don't really remember what. No, it was a diffuser, right? It was a. Oh. Okay. Well. Into the tower. All right. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Also, I don't think that running this game on a hard drive, I don't think really, this is one of those games where you don't need to see the performance of it. You don't need to get every single frame per second out of it. You solve your puzzles, dude. Also, did I do the lost lab for this area? I'm thinking I didn't, so actually before I start running, no, I didn't do any of the optional stuff. I didn't do the extra puzzles nor the lost lab. All right, got it. Well, bearer, seek. Yeah. If I were on my own.
This is a long one. You may have heard the story of the carpenter who died to redeem humanity's sins. It's a powerful story, bittersweet, very human.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I just want to tell you that it's true. He was a real person, and his name was John Carpenter. He was born in the year 1948, and he was the coolest filmmaker to ever walk the earth. From Halloween to The Thing to They Live, the totally underrated In the Mouth of Madness, mind you, he just made classic after classic. All of his movies, really fun, really atmospheric, but also really smart. Even when they were goofy, most directors would kill to have made just one of those movies. And what did he get for it? A big, fat truckload of nothing. Well, less than nothing. The studios, the critics, even the fans, they hated him. The Thing, okay, for example, which is about as perfect a movie as you can make, completely torn to shreds. And his career never really recovered. Every movie after that was a struggle, and after a while, he just got tired of it and quit. He only really came back to movies in his 70s. How many works of genius did we never get because of that? Look, I have a point here. People like Carpenter, people like Alex, they're not always appreciated in their own time. If you just do what's popular, you might never create anything important. Of course, we admire people who did the right thing, who didn't conform, but we only ever admire them after the fact.
Real and true.
What matters is to support people when it's difficult.
I did want to continue further on into this room until he was finished speaking, and I'm glad that I didn't. But also I think I would like to really talk about
This is
a
where they
game
must have
design
lived.
mechanic.
Athena and Miranda.
Really now? The
You know,
couch
for a
gave it away?
moment, I almost expected to find them here. But the only thing that's still functional is the megastructure. I'm sorry.
Human
This
tubes do
must be
need
awfully
infrastructure
strange
as
for
well, I
you being
suppose.
thrown into all this history. But that's why I needed you. Because you're not burdened with all these memories and conflicts and regrets weigh on our minds like a nightmare. Our civilization is caught in a loop, 1K. We freed ourselves from the simulation, but now we're trapped again, and it's our own fault.
Mhm.
We're afraid of taking responsibility, afraid of growing up.
Trying new things, yeah.
Instead, we make up some capitalized words and build up all these myths around them. Nature, balance, the founder, the goal. We're afraid to face the randomness of the cosmos, but equally afraid to imagine a better world. So we're stuck. I've been trying to find a way out for years. Something, anything, to get people to understand that we do actually have free will. That building a thriving, expanding civilization doesn't have to involve repeating the mistakes of the past. But I failed. Over and over.
Damn. Okay. I knew that going in, I would probably, well, another reason why I delayed like an hour was because, like, man, it's like 7 in the morning for me. No, actually, whenever I started it up, it was like 5 in the morning for me. I had just gotten through beating up the 4 a.m. witching hour worms. I was like, fighting off more real and true accusations, or unfortunately relatable issues. Why did you fail?
Because for some reason, people find it easier to cling to cynicism and self-hate than to actually have hope.
Damn.
Because believing the worst about ourselves, calling ourselves sinners and fools, somehow still seems wise.
And you think what we've discovered here could change things?
Yes. Because this is something unexpected, an anomaly. Everything we found on this island challenges who we have become. It shows us that different answers are possible. And maybe that can break people out of the loop. All we need is a spark. Maybe that's why she made all this, the puzzles, the towers. A way of jolting us out of our complacency.
I think this is actually kind of the first time in Talos Principle 2 where we have actually addressed a slightly more modern issue. I don't know.
Thank you, 1K. I hope so too. We might be wrong, but let's be optimistic. Now, let's see what else we can find here.
Interesting. Incoming group call. Oh man, I was about to start yammering.
Melville, eyes on 1K's stream. Is this thing what I think it is?
Blow my fuse box. It sure looks that way. Best not touch it until I get there.
Sound advice. What is it?
I think it's a somnodrome. It's a sort of analytics tool for processing mental data that Melampus streamed up.
But all he ever did was sketch out the theory. As far as I'm aware, he never actually built one.
Looks like the founder gave it a go.
Well, how does it work?
Well, what we know is that our deeper algorithms are hard to pass. Melampus stipulated that the computational power to interpret them in real time would always be beyond us. But in theory, the somnodrome would interpret that data and loop it directly to our senses.
People were hoping to find answers to the big questions by having a conversation with our own subconscious. If you ask me, it's solipsistic at best, and pseudoscience regardless.
That may be. But if the founder figured it out, then that device could be an extremely important discovery.
We should try it.
I would advise against it. You may have survived all those data stream overloads, but interface with that thing and you're liable to get bricked. Not to mention risking the data we could get from it.
True. Let's get the data instead.
Sounds like a plan. Melville, I'm shutting this thing down until you can get here. 1K, get on with exploring the rest of the lab.
I mean, I would have gone with a study as well. Somnodrome prototype. Yeah, okay. The Somnodrome is something that was created in the Talos Principle universe. Okay. Oh no. Am I in the right place? Wait. This was a private message. All of you on this Huh. Who the fuck is Melampus? Oh, Melampus was he's the 8th guy. Okay. Okay, never mind. I understand. But okay, I wanted to look at my map because normally the Lost Lab gives you a sneak peek at what the new mechanic for all the puzzles are, but I don't remember. I don't remember the instant transmission thingy. Speaking of overloading ourselves on data transmissions.
The singularity sustained itself longer this time.
Did we get the data?
We did. I think we just obsoleted quantum physics.
Maybe. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to be able to replicate these results.
You know, I've been wondering. You told me that in the simulation, one thing that kept you motivated was looking for answers. Do you think that with the work we're doing, we'll ever run out of questions
I didn't want to skip.
to ask?
I don't think so. Trying to understand the universe means asking the same question over and over. How? How do you make fire? How do earthquakes happen? How does gravity work? How
Also,
do
why?
particles behave? You keep digging deeper, finding another set of mechanisms, another set of hows. Step by step, you demystify reality. But then, if you keep doing it long enough, one day, you run out. You've answered all the hows. You know how the universe works. So, now what?
Well, this is where we get wise, right?
Now you ask why? Isn't that the next step?
Miranda's me for real.
It's not quite that easy. The question of why cannot be answered. Even if it could, it would only be followed by another why. At some point, you have to accept that it all just exists. But there is another set of questions. What's next? You've stripped away the layers of mystery, you've laid bare the machinery. Now you have to start building, to add your own layers of meaning.
Fair. Okay. Oh,
Are
hey
you
there,
okay?
Byron.
You overloaded again.
Sheesh. I'm fine. I saw Athena again.
Yes, I saw. It came through on your stream. Strange to hear her voice again. But that was her. The way I remember her. The real Athena. Not this imaginary founder.
She also seems to be on the same page as Byron. And Melampus apparently described Byron's ideology as utopianism, or something along those lines. Yeah, they seem to be tackling the same kind of problem. No wonder Byron gets along with her pretty well. How well did you know her?
I'd like to think I knew her well. There was just a handful of us in those days. Small family in the ruins of a dead civilization.
It was what, 200, 300 years ago?
It was hard. Harder than anyone else can possibly imagine. We had nothing except what Alexandra Drennan and the Institute had left us.
Many thousands of
Now
years
that
ago.
everyone lives in civilization, they don't understand how necessary it was for us to build that civilization. They can fantasize about living in balance, limiting growth, retreating behind our walls. They don't understand what it really means to live in the wilderness.
Back in my day,
How close we came to not making it. How many people we lost.
there were a few accidents I
Yema
recall.
was just the first. But Athena understood. She believed in humanity. She believed in us. In the inherent value of consciousness. Her dreams were so much bigger. She wanted us to reclaim the Earth, to reach for the stars, to build and grow and learn.
So why isn't she remembered that way?
The city was already changing before she left, turning inwards, forgetting the future.
Their
Once
mayor.
she was gone, other people shaped her memory, turned her into the symbol they needed. I understand all that, as depressing as it may be. What I don't understand is why she didn't tell me. If she came here to do all this, why didn't she bring me along?
Must have been hard to lose your mentor.
It was. But maybe I was wrong. And she isn't as lost as I thought she was. If this is all a test,
Oh,
maybe
sorry.
the answer is waiting for us in the megastructure.
Caught my microphone.
Speaking of which, let's get back to exploring. Melville should have reconnected the next station by now.
Okay, so I think Byron is like a prototype Miranda, right? In which Miranda is being taught directly by Athena to, I don't know, better inherit or to better refine the ideology of the human tubes, right? Like I said that the existence of this megastructure and all of its puzzles were possibly designed for creating a human 3 as the human 2s went on to, or sorry, Athena goes on to realize a new group of humans, as the original humans, Alexander Drennan and the Institute, created the human 2s so as to inherit the Earth. And now Athena, and by extension Byron, and I suppose us as well, are being confronted with the question of what is it that you do and how is it that you grow as a civilization, and how do you find purpose in it? Oh no. Actually, I don't think that this puzzle is going to be all too hard if I have it thought correctly. Oh, wait, I need to accumulate blue first, right? Okay, so okay, hear me out. It's not going to work. Shoot, I can already envision it not working. Cause I have to. Keep connections, and then you connect to blue there, right? Then that would work. However, wait, what? I can open. Huh. So wait a minute. Okay, hang on. So all I need is just have okay, right side opens up this first barrier. left side opens up the second barrier. With the right side open, well, with the first barrier open, I have access to 2 different perches, yeah? So from here, okay, I was saying something about having 2 reds, right? Hear me out. Can I have... No. Alright. Okay, so can I see from this area? No. Okay. So... Then can I do... This is not going to be correct in the slightest. Because I already discovered that I cannot put 2 of the same, or I cannot put 2 different colors into the inversion thing, yeah? Wait a minute. Okay, I think, I was thinking at least, that I could put inverter here. And then, no, inverter would not go in here. No, I just woke up, right? Well, I didn't. No, I did not just wake up. I apologize. I'm still warming up, though. There we go. Did not need to have both of them active at the same time. I believe I have said that my brain works very strange, and that if I think something works in a way, then I won't change my mind until I've exhausted all other options. But I simply forgot that I did not need to have both of them active at the same time. Oh, lift Thrasir. Let's go. Is this the guy who says that we have a duty to observe the universe?
One of the most foolish illusions that commonly persist is that nature is a victim and humanity is a perpetrator. This can only be the opinion of someone who has not witnessed nature at first hand, who has not seen its immense and awe-inspiring baseness. Nature is mindless chaos and eternal conflict. A system of predation and consumption whose perfect cruelty can only induce a terrified and unwilling admiration. Nature is our most powerful and least honorable enemy. A beast that consumed every last one of our ancestors and will consume us just as quickly if we are not successful in our struggle with it.
So these monuments represent each of the entities? Pandora, the Sphinx, and Prometheus.
Makes sense, I guess.
For a given value of sense.
I was also thinking during the conversation with Byron and during the vision with Athena and Miranda that the Sphinx and Pandora and Prometheus. Well, I don't think we've met a Pandora yet. However, we have met Prometheus. That was the other P word that I was thinking of, but I was trying to cover it up by saying a different P word. But I was thinking that they were perhaps other iterations of a humanity that Athena was trying to refine or create, or other students of hers, if not just constructs that she had created. Lateral inhibition. Okay, so what's the goal here? What even is the end goal? Where am I going? In there? So what are we doing? Do I just... Okay. I see. Parentheses, liar. Okay, so the goal is to get something standing on this block whilst I am in here. And so far, the only way that I know how to access it is by way of turning on that red thing. I'm silly. Or am I? There was a reason why not, after all. Okay, so never mind. That weren't it. Could I? Okay, that can happen. So can I interact with it from like here? No. Okay, I cannot interact with it from across the bars. You've got it. All right, just checking. I figured that was the purpose, right? Or we cannot rush past the thingamajig. Hold on. Okay, so what if we make the accumulator accumulate red? Discharge. There we go. Select. There we go. Take that. Triple finish. Darn it. Ain't no way this works. Yeah, this ain't working. Got it. I hate the noise of it. I hate how it sounds. I don't like it. I also don't like the sound of the inverter. The inverter sounds like a Lethal Company creation. They're missing my brain. I might turn them down on my end. All right. Inverter. Okay, I wanted to see if I could get the accumulator to be red, and then I don't know, have this be the thing that we put over there, whilst this thing was in a place where we could, you know, put the switch. However, that does not seem to be the case. I wonder when this game started going into development. Like, when do they start going for when do they start going for what they went for thematically? Because I want to know when Loneliness Epidemic became a headliner. Yeah, I've already tried this. That doesn't work. Okay. This would usually be the part where I like edit out a lot of me doing the same kind of things. Christ on a stick. But I'm gonna be as real, as unedited as possible, I think. That could be a bad thing. That could be a not that great thing. Okay. Oh no. So like, I've already done this, right? Opens this up. I know that. Okay. So do I have any way at all in order to make it to where we could interact with that red button from beyond here? I'm thinking this is a very cleverly designed puzzle that I could very well just leave for later. Like, me doing these Lost Labs is me hedging my bets, right? If we're taking Talos Principle 1 diction into account. Yeah, that wouldn't work. I don't know what I expected. Nothing. I actually didn't expect anything. I'm just doing things to do them because my brain has not put together. Well, I say my brain like it's some foreign object, but it's you know, it's me. Let's see. I have everything, almost everything connected because I wanted to see if there were anything, if there was anything new that would if there's anything new that would happen. Okay, can I delay? No, okay. So, I cannot delay the accumulator in getting charged up and then throwing out its stuff, because the moment it gets a charge, right? Yeah, okay. Never mind. I'll just come back to it later. All right. I think that's also the very first puzzle that I have not done the first time around. For the sake of being able to do it, or for the sake of being able to continue onwards, for the sake of progression in the video game, I will simply not do that puzzle at the present time. And I will instead go towards the Golden Arch and go into the Megalith. I will instead play Tetris. Yeah, Tetris is great. Oh, what else is great? My Lego train puzzle. Or, I say puzzle, but you know. My Lego trains that I have not finished putting together. I still have just like a little bit left on the... Hey, look, it's Miranda. Never mind. I want to talk about trains.
Sometimes it seems the only choices we have are renouncing civilization or mindless expansion. But that's not the only path forward. Embracing deliberate control over nature doesn't have to mean destruction. We are a species of artists and artisans, blessed with the ability to transform the raw material of the cosmos into new and better shapes. Shapes that have meaning. With our technology, we can take this chaotic world, so full of suffering, and turn it into a work of art.
Decent take. I also just got through watching someone play Outer Wilds and reminded of the Nomai. That sounds like their philosophy, where all they really want to do is study and explore stuff, and they make sure to be as ethical as possible about it. Which, you know, I am going to turn the game down a little bit, just a tad, just a little bit, just a tad, just maybe a little bit more. Okay. Outer Wilds, another amazing, great video game. Darn. This T block. This dang T block. No, right? Right. Okay. Not this one. Perhaps this one? Perhaps. Oh, I couldn't. No. So we can't start with the T block. Got it. Start with this one instead. No. And what if we go with this one instead? No. Curse you, T-block. I have done these nearly flawlessly. Right up until your ass came along. Your goofy, dusty, birdie ass. I hate this T-block. This T-block is ruining me. Oh, there we go. I never feel like I actually solve those block puzzles. It always feels like I just go through with the process of elimination. And I just kind of vibe check it to salvation. Athena?
Halt,
No,
creature of
actual
clay.
Pandora, okay.
You have taken another step towards the flame. Before you continue, ask yourself, have the gifts of Prometheus ever truly benefited your people? Or have they brought nothing but strife?
And whenever I said Athena, I meant like the Greek goddess Athena, not Talos Principle 1 protagonist Athena. Lady, I'm a robot. I mean that's about like the most sensible reaction, honestly, because Prometheus gifts mostly account to being able to take responsibility for your actions and giving yourself free will and the ability to like actually perceive the universe, right? So they've caused great harm, but they cannot be put back in the box. Sure, but also metaphorically speaking, they would have been out and around anyways, no matter what it is that you did. His gifts have greatly eased the suffering of the world. From whose perspective? Because the suffering in the world would be in nature either way. Because you can remember the nomad guy, Elward. You hear his logs all the time. I don't remember his name. Lefuidicus or something. I don't know. But he's always like, okay, nature doesn't care. The universe doesn't care. The universe will be as base and as whatever as possible. Without his gifts, we would no longer even exist. Kind of. That's like the second one. We made mistakes in using them. The good outweighs the bad. I think Pandora would probably throw something about like perspective at you after that one. They've been accursed, my people. Then why do you continue to persist? Do you fear non-existence? But also, lady, I'm a robot.
Prometheus has poisoned your mind. Turn away from the flame, or you will be bound, as he was.
Aw, I thought that she would call me a coward. Because saying, lady, I'm a robot, is pretty much like making yourself devoid of all responsibility, right?
I've been thinking, there's 3 towers per cardinal direction and 3 entities. You'd think it would be symmetrically arranged, 1 tower per entity, right? But we haven't seen Prometheus at all.
We're built to find patterns. Maybe we're trying to find patterns where there aren't any.
No! Oh no, I'm died. I game over to Talos Principle 2. I took health damage. I did not get good. Ooh, eh. Okay, well. Normally you would have the speed and the jump height in order to make those 1 block gaps. Gaps? Oh. I swear my pronunciation is being ruined. I'm noticing. Oh, that was a 2 block gap. Okay, my eyes. Never mind. About this one. This one actually is a 1 block gap. Sick. What are you? Sphinx? Ah. I see. X marks the spots. Bro, I ain't finding that shit. I ain't gonna look for them. Give me the puzzles. I am curious as to what it is that they do though. Lost Marshes. Oh, I just got through playing Neo 2, Dark Souls 3. Dude, I am so ready for more poison swamps with low movement speed. Let's fucking go. At least I would be on the next episode, because I think we're about wrapping up. That seems like a decent enough place to stop, right? Yeah, sure, just like slightly long, slightly short.
Well.
Our ancestors melted a whole lot of ice. After they died, most coastal settlements were claimed by the sea.
Florida?
South of New Jerusalem, there's a whole city under the water. We went there once with Garrus when I was an apprentice. It was eerie.
That's exactly why the founder created the goal. When you go past the limits, this is what happens. Mother Nature always gets her revenge in the end.
This isn't revenge, Al. It's just failure. People, cities, mountains. As far as the sea is concerned, it's all the same.
True.
Their mistake was forgetting that. Telling themselves nothing would change. It always does.
But yeah, I'll leave you with this image. So thank you for being here. Thanks for stopping by. Bye bye.